All right, hello, Seeliger students, third, fourth, and fifth grade students. This is Mr. Peterson here with Learn to Earn, and I'm here to show you some of the math games that are in your mini bag of mini math games. Some of them will be, above your level. Some of them will be below, but hopefully they're all engaging and you guys have fun playing them with your parents. That's the idea. Maybe our parents will struggle more than we do, which would be pretty funny. So the first one we're going to do is use order of operations to get to 24. I think this game's pretty challenging. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to take out four cards from your deck. Got them there for you. Four cards from my deck. And then I'm going to try to figure out a way to get them to be 24. So I know I'm going to have to do my parentheses first. So 10 minus 9 is 1. And then I'm going to have to divide by 1 later. So I know that's really easy. So I'll set that up. And then 8 times 3 is 24. So perfect. So I would do, over here, I would do this one first. And I could use a paper or I could just do mental math, right? So 10 minus 1, 10 minus 9, sorry, equals 1. 8 times 3 is 24. 24 divided by 1 equals 24. And I did it. So I win that round, right? And then the goal is just to get as close as you can to 24. So we would play at the same time. So I would give my parent four cards or my sibling or whoever we're playing with, right? And you could play this game with multiple people at the same time and see who can get the closest to 24. And maybe put a time limit on it so it doesn't take forever for each round. All right, the next game we're going to play is Race to 100. All right. So for this game, Race to 100, what we're going to do is we're going to flip cards, and you can change the value of the face cards, but as it's written on your cards, jacks are worth 11s, queens are worth 12s, kings are worth 13s, and aces are actually worth 0. And then basically it's just an addition game, right? So we take our deck of cards, right? And then we can take turns. So if there was 2 of us playing, we can take turns. So I got a 9, they got a 4, I got an 8, so now I'm going to add 17. You got a 4. Oh, I'm crushing them. 8, right? And then we just keep going. And the first one to get to 100 wins or as close to 100 wins, right? I think without going over. Okay. Next game. Add decimals to make a buck. Add decimals to make a buck. So this one, again, you could use paper if you need, or you could just use mental math if you have that ability. It says aces are worth a penny, 2s are worth 2 cents, 3s are worth 3 cents. So the number cards are worth what they are. Jacks are worth 11, queens are worth 12s, and kings are worth 13. So it's basically the same thing as we were just playing, only we're using decimals now. So just practicing working with decimals. Okay, so an ace, oh great. So I started with a penny, right? And then I added 4 cents. So now I'm at 5 cents, right? And I could keep this in my head, or I could use my paper, or I could do a combination of both, right? Ooh, another penny. I'm on fire. It's going to take a long time to get to $1. Oops. Starting to look a little bit like my savings account balance over here. All right. So our next game, that's how that one goes. Our next 2 games are derivatives of the game War. So I'm sure a lot of us have played War at home. Great card game when you're bored and it's raining and the power goes out. What you're going to do for this one is you're going to go ahead and split the deck into 2. The deck's all over the place. So we'll split the deck into 2. And then this one's going to be a multiplication war or addition if you're still working on addition stuff, which is totally fine, right? So each player, this would be their deck and this would be my deck. Each player is going to flip a card at the same time. I always encourage everyone to flip out. That way they see it before you do, so you're not trying to cheat. And then we just multiply. And the first one to shout it out wins. So 9 times 4 is 36. Right, so I'm beating myself over here. That's going well. Aces, they could be 1. You could change the value of the cards, right? That would be another way to really increase the difficulty. So you can make face cards worth whatever you decide, whatever multiplication you're working on. But for this, let's just make it 1. 1 times 1 is 1. Okay. So that's multiplication war. And then, of course, you keep the cards, and whoever has the most cards at the end of the game is the champion. And then we also have Fraction War, okay, where we're trying to determine whose fraction is the largest. So for this one, if you have like a pencil is what it shows in the illustration, or if you just want to use like, I have my piece of paper here ready. So just draw two little fraction lines there. And then what you do is you take two cards. So again, I'd split the deck. We each have our own. So I built that one, and then they built this one. And we're trying to determine whose fraction is greater. Is my 4/8 greater than 4/10? Right? Remember, your numerators are up top, your denominators are down below. This is how many pieces are in the whole, and this is how many we have selected there. So 4/8 is 50%, right? So that's more than 4/10, which is 40%. So for those, upper graders, you can practice your conversions and turning fractions into decimals, all that kind of stuff as well using this game. And then you compare it. Whoever is greater gets to go ahead and keep the cards on that round. Okay? And if you're the same, then you can follow those standard war procedures, where you count 3 cards off and then flip again. But anyway, I don't want this video to go too long. Have fun. There are more games in there. I didn't go over all of the games. If you're really stuck on one and you can't figure it out, please contact me and I'll try my best to help you through it, or reach out to your teacher. Not trying to put it all on the teachers, but I think I'm sure they can help you with some of the games. But hopefully most of the instructions are in there and they're fairly straightforward. So we just want you guys playing at home and having fun and working on some math before our rounds of tests come up here. And yeah, thanks. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know when you see me around. All right. Bye-bye.